Want to learn how to play old school D&D? Stick around, there may be a test later. Hi folks, Old Man Grognard here, or should I say Professor Grognard. I'm about to teach you guys some old school. This is going out there for the newbies and all the people who've never played this before, and I'm going to start at the beginning with basic D&D. I'm going to show you how to create a character and talk about combat, things like that for basic D&D, and then I'm going to go into 1E D&D and maybe a little into 2E, but there really isn't much reason to. But that'll give you a pretty good grounding about what the OSR is all about, so stick around. Okay, today we're going to talk about basic character creation, and I will show you that right now. Take a look. Okay, I'm going to show you how to make a basic D&D character, because like the man said in Dodgeball, if you can learn to dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. If you can learn to make a basic D&D character, you can make practically any class level D&D type character, whether it's clones or another edition. Little history first. This started with the first 3 brown books, which I don't have but are on PDF over in my hard drive. What came next was Holmes edition, which brought you up to level 3, and then you were supposed to go to AD&D when it came out. So, but they had a change of mind. So the next one that came out was the Basic and Expert box set, which is the Moldvay Cook Marsh version. This is the basic book. This is the expert book, signed by Earl Lotus, right there too. So you have those. Those took you up to level 14. But today we're going to use the Frank Mentzer-Beckme compilation, the Rules Cyclopedia. This will take you up to level 36, boy, if you want to go up that high. But it's everything in one book, which is nice. Okay, first off, we need a character sheet. Character sheet. Okay, here's one. This is a character sheet. This is a character sheet made by Jesse Walker, and you will find it on Dragon's Foot. I like it. The only thing I don't like about it is it's one-sided, but you can put anything else you need that's not on here on the back. I usually like them two-sided with, where you put them different places, but that's okay. This is my preference. This is all my preference. First thing we're going to do is stats. What we need is stats, which is strength, intelligence, wisdom, dexterity, constitution, and charisma. So we will reach into my dice bag here and pull out some dice. How about that? Oh, don't need a D30. So here's a little more dice. I think that's enough right there. Okay. There you go. What we need are D6s. 4 of them to be exact. Well, we'll do it like this. 2 red, 2. There we go. Okay. What we're going to do is I'm going to roll 4d6 and drop the lowest one. That's how I do it. I'll show you how. You roll them. Okay. 5, 3, 3, 2. That's the lowest one. So we discard that. 5. There's an 11. That's 11. Okay. We're getting off to a low start here. So we got a 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we write these on the side here because I don't know where they're going yet, because I like to do them to taste, which is what I say. 5, 6, 7, 8, another 10. Okay. This is going to be kind of a lowball character, but that's all right. That's what makes heroes. Hopefully we won't get anything below 9. 9, 12. So far, so good. A 12. Ooh, I like that. 17 right there. That's going to be the high number right there. Now, one more. Come on, baby. Well, I spoke too soon. There's a 7. Okay, fine. We'll deal with it. Okay, next thing, I'm going to decide what class I want to be. Now, in basic D&D, that's not the class right there. In basic D&D, you have classes. You don't have race and class. What you have are classes. So if you're a human, you can play 1 of 4 classes in the basic game. Fighter, magic user, which is a wizard, cleric, and thief. You can also play an elf or a dwarf or a halfling. These are called race as classes because they don't have their own, like, there's not a dwarven cleric or something like that. They're a dwarf, period. And they kind of roughly are analogous to the four classes. I believe the dwarf is a really tough fighter. The elf is a fighter magic user, and the halfling is a real tough thief with real tough, kind of a not so tough fighter with thief abilities. So, what do we have here? Because, let's see, all these characters, like here, fighter, prime requisite is strength. So you have what you call a prime requisite. What's great about that is if you have a high number in your, what they call prime requisite stat, you get a bonus on your experience every time. So let's make a fighter. Just easy to make a fighter. So first thing we do is I put the top stat into strength. Okay? And then I will just go down the line. To me, fighters need strength, dexterity, and constitution, which are the three physical stats. The other ones are the mental stats. It's nice to have a smarter fighter, but, first of all, I'm going to put the 7 right there, because get rid of it. He's not going to be very charismatic. So let's put the 12 into, say, dexterity, and the 11 in constitution, which means the 10 and the 10. He has average intelligence. Now, the reason I don't want to take anything below a 9, I'll show you why. Because each stat gets what they call a bonus in its stat right here. Bonuses and penalties for ability scores. Because I have a 7 in charisma, which means I take a -1 penalty on anything having to do with charisma, like reactions and things like that. So he's not going to be the face guy of the group. But the other ones, you have a +2 bonus here. Oops. Mechanical pencils, I love them. +2 bonus here. Intelligence, nothing. No bonus because it's average. Same here. Same with, let's see. Yeah, 9 to 12, no adjustments. This is why I don't like taking anything over 9, because I'd rather have a 0 than a minus on there. But what are you going to do? This is a beginning character. In fact, it's a level 1 character. And we put that right there. And I bumped the camera, so don't do that. Okay, next we have your hit points. Okay, it says right here in the book that the fighter has a hit die of a D8. What that means is that if you have a fighter, he uses an 8-sided die like this for his hit points. But at first level, I always give him maximum hit points. So he's going to start out with 8 hit points. And that's the hit points. Now, he also has what they call class abilities. Now, these are things that each class can do because they're that class. For instance, at 9th level, fighters have a chance of becoming what I call a paladin, which is a holy warrior. And you can decide to do that if you want. Fighters have the least amount of special abilities. They only get a couple abilities. Like they have a lance attack maneuver, and they can set a spear versus charge type of thing. It's mostly in the combat section. Other classes like the thief, they have all these skills for like picking pockets and picking locks and climbing walls, things like that. Magic user, of course, uses magic. Their special abilities, it's magic. You get magic. Oh boy! But the thief is the one that gets all the special thief abilities here. Dwarves, elves, and halflings, I believe they have special attacks, and they get to see. They have information. They can see in the dark. They can also do the lance check and sit spear, and other things. Elves are real good. They have special attacks. They also have infravision. They have more languages they can speak. They can detect secret doors better than other characters, and they get to use magic user spells. That's a bonus right there. If you're going to play basic, play an elf. Halflings are basically harder to hit because they're smaller, and they also do the fighter maneuvers, as I've spoken before. So they can't do the lance attack because they're too small, but any giant creatures like ogres and giants and things like that are at a real minus to hit them because they're so small, and they can get out of the way real fast. So those are class abilities. Last thing I want to show you is the saving throws. Saving throws, they're right here, there are 5 of them. They're saving throws versus death ray or poison, magic wands, paralysis, dragon breath, and rod staff or spell. Now, what these are basically is if you get caught in a spell that has a saving throw, you may be able to take less or not at all, or anything like this. They're kind of like luck type things. But every character has 5 of them. So we look up the saving throws here, and I believe they're all the same. Or no, they're actually class specific. Okay, like fighter saving throw tables. First one, level 1, death ray poison. He gets a 12. Starts out with a 12. Magic wands, 13. And we also have paralysis, 14. And also breath attack, 15. That means like dragon breath, things like that. Rod staff or smell, 16. Now these go down as the characters get levels because you have to roll over these to make your save. For instance, dragon breath, you got to roll over 15 to take half damage. And there's also like the death save is basically, a lot of them are save or die or save for half or save and get real sick like poison. You also have stat rolls that you do, like if you're trying to bend a bar or open a door, you can do a strength roll. And what you do is you roll, these stays the same, but you roll under. You roll under a 17. The +2 here, that's good for damage in battle. And all of these, okay, roll under, if you have a dexterity roll you have to roll under a 12. So that's the way that works. Okay, that's all I'm going to get into in this episode. Next episode, we're going to talk about how to get some weapons, armor, and equipment, and all that entails. Because we'll get to talk about how protected you are, what armor class is all about, and things like that. So, take it away. Okay, that was basic character creation. Tomorrow we're going to talk about armor, weapons, combat, and, well, I might save the combat for the third episode, but we're going to talk about weapons, armor, and equipment. And by that time you should have a character, then we can talk about adventuring, combat, things like that. So stick around, it should be a good little mini series here. So until I see you next time, bye-bye!